In the last couple of weeks, I finally got the opportunity to watch a lot of anime, both new as well as old. In these 2 weeks, I got the chance to watch Rent a Girlfriend, A Place Further Than the Universe, Oregairu Snaifu, Asobi Asobase, and many more. All of these were really great shows, and I was finding a newfound love and respect for the slice of life genre, something which I thought I would never actually do. But in the midst of this, I was getting a lot of recommendations to watch two anime in particular, Your Lie in April and Anohana. I remember Anohana very clearly because it was that one anime which I found out through Facebook in the year 2014, but I never had the chance or opportunity to watch it and up until now. And I finally finished watching the 11th episode of Anohana, and let me say this, I'm just totally devastated right now. I know I'm not the first person on YouTube to say this, and I will certainly not be the last person to say this, but damn, this anime really broke me. I had initially thought that I would do a proper review for this, but now that I have finished the 11 episodes, I really do not have the strength or courage to go through it all over again. I know some people might call this over dramatic or something like that, but this is just my subjective opinion. I know this is not a perfect anime, quote unquote, like this is not a 10 on 10 anime. There were certainly quite a lot of moments which made me chuckle, or not chuckle, like cringe a bit, because the show was breaking its established physics by the way it was handling the character of Menma. But overall, this show really managed to break me because of the themes of growing up, coming of age, friendship, dealing with loss, dealing with death. All these things, the mix of all of these things makes Anohana a masterpiece. Let's just say that this is a masterpiece because it can't be quantified in a sense of a review. I feel like this particular show manages to do something that it cannot be quantified as a proper review because it's a roller coaster of emotions. Just that's the one word summary or one phrase summary for this anime. You can understand by my voice that I have been totally devastated by this. Currently, I am recording this unscripted video at 2:30 am of night, and I just don't have the courage in myself to write a proper review about it because this show was just so damn. Anyway, I've rambled on for a bit now, and again, I'm really sorry if my voice is sounding so grumpy because I cried. I have no shame in admitting that I cried. So the thing is that this is not the first time that I've cried after watching an anime. There have been quite a lot of moments in anime which have made me cry. From the final scene of Your Name to the final scene of Whisper of the Heart, from Grave of the Fireflies to a lot of other shows. There have been many moments of anime which have genuinely made me shed a tear. Like the goodbye between Naruto and Minato after the end of the war, or the entire thing with Nico Robin in One Piece. There have been many moments like that where I have really balled up, but this anime was something different. Right from the very first episode, everything changed. Like I was just watching the first episode, I'm like, okay, let's see what this show is all about. Why is everyone recommending this to me? Like I saw it on Reddit, I saw the recommendations on Facebook, I saw the recommendations on Twitter. Everywhere, whenever you search that top 5 or top 10 saddest anime, there will always be 3 names which are always on the top. One is Your Lie in April, a show which I'm about to watch in a couple of days. I know I will be devastated about that as well. But other than that, there is Clannad, and then there is Anohana. Okay, so what is the basic story all about for those of you who don't know? And again, this won't be a proper review sort of a thing. This is just my subjective thoughts, or you could say quick thoughts on this particular show. But that's that. That is the video. That is the objective of this video. I'm just sharing my personal thoughts here. So what is the show basically all about? Well, this is the show about 6 childhood friends, and one of those friends died in the childhood when she was at the age of 10, and things have went on since then. 5 years have gone by. 5 of the friends have separated throughout their lives. The main character Jinta has apparently taken this to the extreme level. All of the friends had a really tough time admitting or accepting the loss of their dear friend, but apparently it was very difficult for Jinta, the protagonist of this anime, because he had also lost his mother at that time, and then he also lost one of his closest friend, a friend whom he actually loved. And so the story is that the story basically begins in such a manner that Jinta has dropped out of school. He was initially a good student. We see his certificates throughout his room, but after the loss of two important people in his life, he has sort of fallen off, and he was not able to conceive, or he was not able to grasp that sorrow. This is a really big theme of the show, that is acceptance of grief. And we see that almost all the characters, even though they seem that they are alright and they have moved on, but all of them have grief and pain which is deeply embedded in their hearts, and that's a central theme of this show. And the anime begins in the form of Jinta, who has dropped off from school basically, and he stays at home all the time. And initially he thinks that he's having a hallucination of his friend, of his late friend Menma, and he thinks that this is all because of the heat stroke and his personal trauma, mental trauma and sadness which are making up this imaginary friend of his. But soon enough we found out that that's not exactly the case. The story is a little ambiguous here, but it's not an imaginary thing. It's probably the real ghost of Menma, and this girl is just so sweet. She doesn't deserve this. She doesn't deserve this death. Slowly the story moves forward with the introduction of the other group friends as well. And eventually the final story, the final theme of the story is that how can they eventually make Menma rest in peace? Because her soul is still wandering, because she had made a promise to Jinta's mother, Jinta's dying mother, that she will eventually see that the bottled up emotions of Jinta are unleashed so that he becomes a better human being and sort of like that. And that is the eventual wish that Menma had. That is the unfulfilled wish because of which she was not being able to rest in peace. This is a great story. It's not perfect by any means. I'm not saying that it's a perfect story. There are times when you will feel like, why is this even happening? But after episode 8, things really pick up, because in episode number 8, Menma finally interacts with the other members of the group as well. She writes in her diary and stuff like that. Another very important part about this anime is the music and animation. Those two things are just absolutely stellar, and I have to give a proper shout out, big shout out to the voice actress of Menma. She brings out the pain, suffering and this jolliness of this character. In the very first episode, the way she calls out Jinta and the way she cries out, you just have to feel sad for this character, sad for this lovely little girl who had to die at such a young age because of a terrible accident. I really loved this show, and it has really become one of my personal favorites so far. I probably won't see it once again because I don't want to get devastated again, but it's a highly recommended show. I personally will recommend this to each and every anime fan out there. If you guys want, I'll maybe try to give a proper review of it. I don't think it will be that easy of a thing for me to do, but for this video, this is it mostly. Also, I'd like to talk a little about the other characters, especially Popo. I really like the character design and like the entire thing, the character attributes of this guy, and the eventual resolution that they are playing this hide and seek sort of thing, and in the very end all the other friends are also able to see Menma, and she just says that Mitsuketa means you found me, and that's when she finally leaves this world. I'm just devastated. I don't think I should have done this video right now. I really don't think I should have made this recording right now. I should have probably waited for the morning when I would have been able to write a proper written script and then make a video. But I thought that my emotions are very high right now, so that's why maybe I should give it a go. This is a very informal video. There won't be a lot of editing here. And I know this is not something that you might love, and don't be discouraged by this video because this anime was just too damn good. I really have no shame in admitting the fact that I really cried a lot, and I really don't have a lot of words after watching this show. that's it. I guess that's it. I'm depressed, I'm sad, but in a way I'm happy because this anime is about growing up, accepting our fears, accepting our guilt, accepting tragedy, accepting loss. Because no human being can survive in this world without loss. Eventually, there will be a day when you will lose a loved one. That is the unfortunate and harsh truth about our real world here. But that day, you have to accept that. Eventually, you have to accept that loss. And this show does a great job at that particular theme, in my opinion. That acceptance of grief, acceptance of tragedy, acceptance of trauma. This was really handled well here, in my personal opinion. There's a lot of more stuff which I wanted to talk about, but I just don't think I have the courage to say here anymore, like Menma's family, the other characters, etc. The other themes as well. I really wanted to talk about all of them, and also how exactly Menma died, because that is kept ambiguous here. We know that Jinda ran off from the Super Squad, Super Peace Busters secret house, and Menma followed her, and that was the eventual unfortunate place where she probably slipped in a way and fell into the river and just drowned. The only person who saw the lifeless body of Menma just drowning in the river was Popo, and he had the guilt, grief, sadness and trauma of it for all these years. They were just building up and penting up inside him. And when he finally lost it, that moment was just unwatchable. I'm sorry, this might not be a very good video because I'm just rambling off about my thoughts. That's it. I guess that's it. These were some of my unscripted thoughts about Anohana, anime which debuted in 2011, in the year 2011, and anime which I finally got to watch in the year 2020. I'm so glad, I'm so thankful, I'm so happy that I finally watched this show, even though I'm sad technically, but I'm just happy that I finally got the opportunity to watch this show. I would once again definitely recommend each and every one of you to give it a watch. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I won't ask you all to comment or write anything here. If possible, please do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That would really help me a lot. I'm trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, so a subscription would be really helpful for me. But that's it for today. See you in the next video, where I'll probably talk about Oregairu or A Place Further Than the Universe. Those two were amazing shows, and I'm currently writing the script for them when I watch this particular show. But that's that. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.